Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So today I have a very special episode for you. Today's episode is going to be completely about what it's like to drive in YEEZY Pods. I'm not just driving a normal car, I'm driving my Porsche 911, a classic car. What is it like to drive a classic car in YEEZY Pods? Stay tuned, this is going to be a very fun episode. This is going to be a first of its kind. Subscribe, comment, and like. Let's go. All right, so here's the packaging. It comes in this, it feels like a backpack, almost like the same nylon material that has a drawstring nylon bag. This is the sock, kind of like a Balenciaga sock. It's a size 3, which is the closest that I could get it to my size because I am a size 14 shoe naturally, very wide foot. So I am gonna try it on wearing my Argyle socks. Black YEEZY Pods. So I'm gonna try it on right now. I'm gonna give you a first impression. It's almost like a compression sock when you're putting it on. That's the first impression. It actually fits my foot. It's full coverage all the way around. Interesting. Looks like I'm wearing a sock, just, you know. Someone just saw this on the street, they would assume that I am simply wearing socks and I forgot to put on shoes. It feels like I'm wearing socks inside the house. There's a little bit of a bounce feel to it. I'm gonna put on the other sock right now. So we're gonna skip to that scene right now. The power of editing. Now I'm wearing both socks. And here's the thing. Am I gonna wear these in the rain? No, like they're definitely not good rain socks. Like they're not waterproof. They're not functional in any other condition except it's gotta be perfect weather conditions like we have outside right now where the sun is completely beaming through the bay window. If the sprinkler system is on at Central Park, I'm not gonna go running with these shoes through a wet lawn and then feel like, oh man, I got my socks wet. Like that is, you know, whenever you're wearing Timbs in New York City and you get your socks wet after a big snowstorm, it's the worst feeling in the world. So I can only anticipate that this would be the equivalent to that, and that would be absolutely horrible. The only way that I anticipate using these socks, or these YEEZY Pods, are for driving. So let's skip to me driving my Porsche 911 in YEEZY Pods. Also, another thing, if you're watching my channel for the first time because you were brought to this channel by YEEZY Pods, please do yourself a favor and subscribe. Actually, do me a favor and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It really gives me a motivation to continue making more YouTube videos. It would really help. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is my other Porsche. The other Porsche's in here. All right, now let's drive this. It's really not good for running. In the pedal box, I have my gas, my brake, and my clutch. I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna feel. Like, they're not very good runners. They're not very good for walking. So I'm anticipating that these shoes will be maybe good for driving because I've seen a lot of driving shoes and maybe these YEEZY Pods will serve that purpose of being a very good driving shoe. Maybe that's what their purpose will evolve into. Maybe that wasn't the original intention by the designers, but maybe this will be an inspiration to many race car drivers to be like, we use YEEZY Pods in order for us to have enthusiastic track days. Although there's a plethora of real driving shoes out there. But for the enthusiast like myself who has no racing ambitions, I just have a really cool car that is race derived. It just makes a lot of sense. So we'll see what happens. Let's go for this drive. Alright guys, I'm going to give my driving impressions as I am driving this car. The car is completely warmed up. Clutch in. let the clutch out. I'm reversing out of the driveway. And I'm looking around me. So far, I have really good feel for the brakes, the clutch. It's almost like driving barefoot in a way. You could hear the engine roar behind you. I'm going into third gear, back into neutral. You know, I want to not like this shoe because, you know, I'm trying not to like this shoe, but this actually feels really good on the foot. Like there's a really good feel for the pedals beneath your foot. This is an older car. This is a 1988 Porsche 911. So you're just listening to what it feels like to be inside this cabin. I'm in second gear, so I haven't had an opportunity to heel and toe yet because I'm driving through city traffic. Wouldn't make any sense. But you're watching my feet as I'm just waiting for opportunities to shift. The clutch feels very good beneath my foot. Right now I'm in third gear. Let me see if I could, yeah, ooh, not bad. I could actually heel and toe. This isn't bad at all. People are beeping the horn because they see a car that they like. And it's me. I'm very honored. Thank you. You know, these pods are they're not bad. They're not the exact shoe that I think that I would ever consider to be like my preeminent driving shoe. It's not. But they actually do serve a purpose, and I think they're actually better. They serve as better driving shoes than they actually do as like athletic sneakers. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so as I'm approaching the red light, I am seeing that these shoes actually, it's hard not to like them as driving shoes. Would I wear them as athletic shoes? Absolutely not. You saw the footage of me going up and down the driveway. It wasn't necessarily the best shoe for athletic aspirations. You're not going to run the New York City Marathon wearing YEEZY Pods. And I think that would make for great content, but you know, that's just not my lane. But it's not something that I would aspire to do. As driving shoes, where my foot is static to the ground, can I heel toe in this 911? Yes, like, you know, it's possible. But for me, the optimal shoe is still a Puma Liga or a traditional indoor soccer shoe, or perhaps a Air Jordan 1, because the very thin sole, like the nature of the way that that sole is constructed, just makes it for an easier feel. Like there's better feel underneath your foot, like underneath the sole. So yeah, this one does have a very thin sole, so it allows for you to feel the clutch. It allows you to have a good feel for the gas and a good feel for the brakes. And those are all important components to having a good driving shoe. And, some people may think like, oh yeah, like this is a great driving shoe. Like this is something that I could keep in the rotation of a shoe that I will wear, or at least, try to be fashionable. So I wouldn't be afraid to wear my YEEZY Pods for driving, but would I wear YEEZY Pods in the rain or in the snow and have wet socks in New York City? Absolutely not. Like the YEEZY Pods in that sense don't make sense. Or in that instance, it doesn't make any sense. So for driving, I think it makes a lot of sense as I'm shifting through traffic. It's not interrupting the feel for spirited driving in any way, shape, or form. So I think that's a plus when it comes to these YEEZY Pods. Like they're cool. And for $20, it's not the worst deal in the world. And having gotten these as a gift, I was like, great, I'll take it. I'm not going to say no. And it was funny because I thought that I had like received them, and I'm like, like they're taking forever. Like I don't get it. Like Super Bowl till now, except when they first launched, these shoes were like an astronomical price that didn't make any sense whatsoever, and people still bought them. And then they dropped the price, so I feel bad for the people that bought them afterwards. For me, they're just a glorified sock with a rubber attachment beneath it, which is shielding you from the atrocities of the earth. But in any instance, they do make for a decent driving shoe as long as you stay inside your car. Would I want to wear these outside of my driveway into the normal atmosphere of, a New York City street? Yeah. YEEZY Pods for driving? Sure. I challenge you all to do this because this is actually pretty cool. I'll talk to you guys later. It's like driving in sandals. Although that would be interesting. I wonder if anybody's tried driving the YEEZY in any of the YEEZY supply products from Adidas, like the YEEZY slides. I wonder if anybody's tried driving in that, because that just seems bulky and heavy. And these these socks obviously don't. So yeah, let's see what happens. Leave it in the comments. What are your thoughts behind me driving my car in these YEEZY Pods? I can't wait to see the response to this. Talk to you guys later. And as promised, always stuck in New York City traffic. Ooh, R107. Nice. And after having sat in traffic for a little bit, I returned the car back to my driveway, and I took my Sand Yellow Cayenne to the Wheels of NYC event, which was a lot of fun. I got to see this Camel Trophy Land Rover Defender that was an actual participant in the Camel Trophy, as well as this Acura NSX, a wonderful mid-engine platform that was revolutionized by Ayrton Senna, this awesome 912 Porsche that was done by Benton Performance, and of course, a Porsche Dakar. Awesome car. And of course, how can you not love a bunch of G-Wagons that show up to Brooklyn? Always a great time. And of course, I love the way that this hood on this beautiful BMW folds forward. Great times with great car friends. Talk to you later. Please subscribe and comment down below. Take care, everyone.